Good morning and welcome to today's devotional for October 7th. It is titled God's Heart for Hypocrites. Today's Bible reading is from Genesis 38, verses 16 to 26. So he stopped and propositioned her. "Let me have sex with you," he said, not realizing that she was his own daughter-in-law. "How much will you pay to have sex with me?" Tamar asked. "I'll send you a young goat from my flock," Judah promised. "But what will you give me to guarantee that you will send the goat?" she asked. "What kind of guarantee do you want?" he replied. She answered, "Leave me your identification seal and its cord and the walking stick you are carrying." So Judah gave them to her. Then he had intercourse with her, and she became pregnant. Afterwards, she went back home, took off her veil, and put on her widow's clothing as usual. Later, Judah asked his friend Hira, the Adullamite, to take the young goat to the woman and to pick up the things he had given her as his guarantee. But Hira couldn't find her, so he asked the men who lived there, "Where can I find the shrine prostitute who was sitting beside the road at the entrance to Enaim?" "We've never had a shrine prostitute here," they replied. So Hira returned to Judah and told him, "I couldn't find her anywhere, and the men of the village claim they've never had a shrine prostitute there." "Then let her keep the things I gave her," Judah said. "I sent the young goat as we agreed, but you couldn't find her. We'd be the laughing stock of the village if we went back again to look for her." About 3 months later, Judah was told, "Tamar, your daughter-in-law, has acted like a prostitute, and now, because of this, she's pregnant. Bring her out and let her be burned." But as they were taking her out to kill her, she sent this message to her father-in-law: "The man who owns these things made me pregnant. Look closely. Whose seal and cord and walking stick are these?" Judah recognized them immediately and said, "She is more righteous than I am, because I didn't arrange for her to marry my son Shelah." And Judah never slept with Tamar again. "I'd be very disappointed if one of our team members did that," said a cricket player, referring to a South African cricketer who cheated in a match in 2016. But only 2 years later, that same player was caught in a nearly identical scandal. Few things rankle us more than hypocrisy. But in the story of Judah in Genesis 38, Judah's hypocritical behavior nearly had deadly consequences. After 2 of his sons died, soon after marrying Tamar, Judah had quietly abandoned his duty to provide for her needs. In desperation, Tamar disguised herself by wearing a prostitute's veil, and Judah slept with her. Yet when Judah learned that his widowed daughter-in-law was pregnant, his reaction was murderous. "Bring her out and have her burned to death," he demanded. But Tamar had proof that Judah was the father. Judah could have denied the truth. Instead, he admitted his hypocrisy and also accepted his responsibility to care for her, saying, "She is more righteous than I." And God wove even this dark chapter of Judah and Tamar's story into his story of our redemption. Tamar's children would become ancestors of Jesus. Why is Genesis 38 in the Bible? One reason is because it's the story of our hypocritical human hearts and of God's heart of love, grace, and mercy. How do you react when you become aware of hypocrisy? What would happen if we all became truly transparent with each other? Thank you for joining me for today's devotions, and I hope you all have a very wonderful Monday.